Let's see if I can get through this without Marion making too much noise. Good morning. It is day 1 of Vlogmas. It is the 1st of December and I'm going to try it this year. I'm going to see how we go. This morning has been a very busy and very frustrating one and I'm still really angry, even though I should have known better. But again, I will explain. I have just made my coffee. I am going back to fasting 3 times a week, so today is a fasting day. So I'm not having any food. I can't have my regular milky coffee, so I'm having my black coffee. So I'm probably a bit hangry as well, even though I don't feel hungry, but you know, who knows. It's what's the time? It's 10:15 in the morning. I haven't eaten since before 7:30 last night, so I'm well into my fast. This morning, Simon and I are reshuffling the second bedroom upstairs to make that my craft room / office, because with my business and all my crafting, it's taking over the whole house and there's bits everywhere. So I said to Simon, it's probably a better idea for me just to have that room as mine and have all of my stuff in that room, so it's not taking over the floor here, the chair across from me, the coffee table, behind the sofa, under the stairs. If I can get all of that into one room, I'll be much better off. I need quite a bit of furniture to go in there, which I do not have money for, so that's going to be a very long-term thing when I can save up for that furniture. Yesterday we went up there and we pulled out a bunch of his stuff that he's not currently using. It's just been sitting there collecting dust because he can't access it. So we've pulled out a bunch of that stuff. We've took that to storage this morning. This afternoon I'm going to grab some of my stuff out and we're just doing a bit of a swap, so I can start to consolidate all of my craft and business things upstairs in that room. I'm going to have to cull a heck of a lot. So if anybody has really good ideas on how to do that, please let me know. I have to get rid of a lot. I'm going to have to make decisions on projects, whether I'm going to finish them or whether they're going to get frogged. I may need to go through my yarn again and get rid of some more tools and things like that. So I have a lot of knitting machines that need to go. So if you're in Adelaide and you're in the market for a knitting machine, please hit me up. So underneath the stairs just here, there is a lot of knitting machines and I bought them in sort of bulk sort of ish batches for other things that were in those batches. So like I bought 2 knitting machines and a ribber to get the table that they were selling with it, because it's very hard to get a knitting machine table, so, and a cone winder. So both of those things were in a batch with 2 knitting machines and a ribber. So I took the knitting machines and the ribber, but now I don't have any use for them because they're Singer machines. I prefer Brother machines personally, and I have a really nice Brother machine that I use, so I need to find a place for those Singers. Plus I've got a couple of Passat Pinkies, which I bought one of them thinking it was going to be usable, but the carriages, like the locks, the bits that slide back and forth, the runners, if you've been around for a while, you've probably heard me tell this story. The runners underneath were deteriorated and plastic was falling off, so I can't use those locks. So I bought another batch of another machine that had 4 locks with it, so that I could split the locks 50-50, but then that machine is in really bad shape and it probably should just be scrapped. But somebody might want it for spare parts for the Pinky if I sell the Pinky. So I need to get rid of those machines. I'm unsure what to do with my Duo 80, which is a bit like the Pinky, but a more updated version. I still have that. I don't know where that will go upstairs once everything's put back up in there. That's kind of what we were working on. So that's why I was out this morning, was partially to drop that stuff off. Plus it also coincided with needing to go shopping. So I've done my grocery shopping. And now the thing I'm really annoyed about is I was supposed to be getting a smart meter installed today for my electricity. I've just switched to a new provider and they offer a free smart meter upgrade, which means that, you know, your power will be billed at the different tariffs through the day. And it was supposed to be done this morning and the information said, you don't need to be home, it's fine, you can do whatever you need to do, you know. So I'm reading through and I'm like, okay, that sounds fine, I'll go out. So I go out to do my shopping, I get a text message, we were unable to install your smart meter. I'm like, for real? So I got home, got on the phone with the energy provider, and they were like, oh, they couldn't access the main switch. It's like, well, it would have really been nice if they'd said, we will need access to your main switch, because then I would have stayed home and been here. But they said, oh, you don't need to be home. We might need access to some stuff. We might need access to your property. You can get to my property. That's fine. You can get to my power meter. Like, if you specifically definitely need my main switch, you should have said that. So I'm really annoyed, because now we potentially won't be getting the smart meter until next year. Like, it's going to be when they can reschedule us. And it's because they aren't clear in their own instructions and requirements of what they want us to do. So I'm just really, really annoyed. And it meant that I had to make a phone call, which is not something that I enjoy doing. At least this new provider, their regular rates was cheaper than my previous provider, so I'm still gonna hopefully save money on my electricity, but it would have been even better with the smart meter, with the different times of energy use. I need to drink my coffee because I'm hungry and I'm probably caffeine deprived. So I don't know what I'm doing now for the rest of the day. I do need to photograph my advent yarn, because I realised I should have done that last week and got all my social posts created, which I didn't. So I need to get upstairs, take my yarn, take photos of it, and mock up my social media posts today. So that will be something I'll do. That's not very interesting to watch though. But for now, I'm going to drink my coffee. I'm going to try and have a bit of a decompress, try and get less angry. Elvis is laying on my feet because he knows I'm annoyed, and when I was on the phone to the energy provider, he was up getting in my face, laying across my lap, as he does. You guys have all seen it. And it's really not convenient when you're talking to a stranger in customer service. So I was just like pushing him off, like, get off, get off, get off. Because the last thing I needed him to do was knock my phone out of my hand when I'm trying to talk to somebody. So great start to Vlogmas. Nice angry Julieanne. I'll explain a little bit more later about my fasting and what I'm aiming for with that as well, if you're curious. For now, I'm just going to try and decompress, and I do have a little bit of vlog editing I need to do from last week as well, because there will be a vlog hopefully coming up before this one. So that's something else I need to do today. It's all computer work, which is extremely boring for Vlogmas viewing, but hold that thought and I will chat to you a bit later. Guys, I've just turned on my friend Azra's vlog and she's talking about my advent. I'm so embarrassed. Azra, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the lovely things that you were saying. I'm so glad that you love the yarn. Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what you say as you go through. I'll be watching. But yes, if you guys haven't met Azra, she is the Fleece Folk Diary, and Azra is talking about my advent. That's the letter just there in her hand. So yes, that's very exciting. It's very, very fun thing to see. So that's made me happy. That's turned me around. So thank you, Azra, for turning me around this morning. I went from really angry to really happy and excited. Yay! So I'm gonna watch the rest of this. Don't bite me! Don't bite me! Right, we've got artificial light and backlighting at the moment. I'm up in the second bedroom. I'm just going to show you, we cleared this desk yesterday. That was what Simon and I were doing. So I now have extra space so I can actually take photos up here now because it's right by the window, so I get a lot of natural light, especially in the morning because this is east facing, so we get the morning sun over. I've got here in this tub, I've got my advent in here. I have my day orders so I can get them out and take the photos in order so that I don't get it mixed up and I don't show people the wrong thing. I am in two minds whether I'm actually going to bother packaging my advent. I guess it might look better for me to show you guys opening each bag each day. I do have labels for them, so I could just go through and wrap them. I probably should, just to give myself that little treat. But yeah, so I'm going to go through and photograph this stuff. Yeah, now what I'm going to do is just take some photos and then get a start on editing things in Canva, making a layout, getting all the photos in there with their the yarn photos in with their inspiration photos and descriptions and everything. So that is what we're going to do now. So pretty boring watching me take photos. Anyway, this is what I'm doing. This is day one of Vlogmas. Take down a couple of boxes so I've got a bit more light. They were mostly in the window to block light, but we don't have a curtain in here, so that is something I need to make eventually. Empty box is really heavy. It's a bit of a different angle. I am fed up with today. I was working on my Advent social media posts and I just got absolutely fed up trying to figure out a way to schedule them, because everything, if you want to put multiple pictures up, you have to pay for it, and I don't have any money, so I cannot pay for anything. And subscriptions, I'm so sick of everything having a subscription on it. I'm like, hell no, I'm not paying you for a subscription. I've done my first 7 days posts before I had an absolute gutful of making them. Scheduled the first one. I don't know, I did it through Instagram. You can schedule posts, but for some reason it said something about certain content can't be scheduled or something, and I'd need to change my posts. And I'm like, well, I don't know what it is in my post that you have a problem with, because you don't tell me. So I'm trialing that. If all else fails, I'm just going to have to do it manually every night, because I don't want to put my Advent posts up until the evenings, so that it gives everybody a good chance to open their packet before I go spoiling it. For now, I've had such a day so far. I finally got my sheets out on the line. I just thought I would treat myself to a bit of spinning, because I did a bit on this yesterday while I was waiting for Simon to come up, because I did a bit of tidying in here and then waiting for Simon to come up and help me out with things that we could take out to put into storage. I just did some spinning and I actually got through quite a lot of this. There was a fair amount of this left. So this is a project I actually started during Tour de Fleece. It's taken me a very long time because I am spinning this as fine as I can. I'm attempting to get it approximately, according to my little, I have a little, you probably won't be able to see from here, but I have like a little, I did share this on Tour de Fleece. It's a little, like a wraps per inch guide. And I am getting my single approximately, I'm getting a bit thick at the minute, but I'm trying to get it to fit into the 45 on here, because I would like to make this a very fine yarn, because it's going to be 3-ply. I'm using some fibre from the Fibre Arts shed. I can't remember what the colourway was, Blazing Berries or something. No, that was my colourway. I know you're very far away and you probably can't see, but I had to go that far away so you could actually see my spinning wheel in the same shot as me. Is the Pippi Wendy, so it's the really little, supposedly traveller wheel. Apparently they claim that it's small enough that it can fit in the footwell of a car, so you can spin in the car. I don't think I'd like to try that in my car. But yeah, that apparently is something that is said about these wheels. I did say that I would talk a little bit about my fasting, and I am reading a book for the umpteenth time called Life in the Fasting Lane. And it's written by Dr. Jason Fung, along with Megan Ramos and Eve Mayer, I think her name is. And Dr. Fung and Megan are both in the medical field. He's a nephrologist, and Megan is a medical researcher and educator. I started fasting in January of 2020, and it didn't last very long, let me tell you. And I was doing really well until everybody knows what happened in 2020. And it's been the only way I have managed to lose any kind of weight in recent times is by fasting. Reading the book, it's actually quite obvious why that happens. It's a lot of stuff about hormones and insulin. I'm not going to be very, very clear with this. I would absolutely recommend reading the book if it's something that you're at all interested in. But yes, so that is what I am doing. I have decided that I am going to be fasting Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, depending on whether I have anything else on those days. If it's like a social thing, like a birthday or Christmas or something, I'll just skip that day. But today I'm not doing the full 36 hours that I'm intending to do because I didn't have any leftovers. So it's very, very hard to cook or smell cooking when you are fasting. And I thought, well, seeing this is my first day back doing this, I'm not going to make myself muscle through smelling fresh food cooking. Heating up leftovers, that's a different story. I have no problem with that. But my camera is now flashing its battery at me because I can't win today. So bear with me. I will be back in a second. And I can't remember what it was that I was saying. This battery hopefully has got a decent amount of charge in it, but my charger was actually unplugged, so I have one plugged in downstairs, but I don't really feel like going downstairs right now. Seeing I'm cozy up here, I've plugged it back in now, so hopefully we should be fine for the next charge. What was I talking about? Life in the fasting lane. So yes, I am going to be attempting 36-hour fasts 3 times a week. Because back in 2020, I actually managed to lose about 10 kilos and was doing really well. And then, like I said, the proverbial hit the fan. It was one extra thing I didn't need to be dealing with everything else that we were going through at the time. And I haven't really tried again since. And I've gotten to the point, I'm 43 now. I'm getting up there. I know I'm only middle-aged, and I know a few of my viewers are older than that, and you probably be going, oh my God, you're so young. But even at 43, being the weight that I am, it's hard. Like, it's hard to carry it around. I don't feel very attractive, hence why I always look like an utter dag, because I just don't see the point in putting in the effort, which is, I know that's sad, and I know I should, just because I am worth doing that. I understand that, I get it. But yeah, I just kind of feel like as I'm getting older, to prevent things like diabetes, and even though my glucose is perfectly fine, I've just had it tested a couple of weeks ago, I don't have any signs of pre-diabetes or anything. I just don't want any of that sort of stuff to become an issue. I would prefer to be fit and active and of a decent, I'm not saying that this is right for anybody else, but for me, I feel like I want to be lighter, I want to have more energy, and just feel all around fitter and stronger. So that is my aim. And I'm not doing it necessarily for the weight loss, because that's going to be a side effect, but for my health. And I want to get back into working out again, because I used to work out a lot, like when I was in my younger days. But I haven't probably worked out consistently for 20 years, 10 to 20 years. I walk the dog most mornings, but that's not really a workout because he is I'm having to stop and start because he pulls so hard. I stop when he pulls just to try and discourage him from doing it. I mean, not that it works. So I don't really get, you know, my heart rate up or anything for that. Yeah, I need to do some actual working out and try and get fit. I used to have abs. Would you believe that? I used to have abs. You used to be able to see them. Which is something that has not been in a state for an incredibly long time. And I guess also my mother-in-law is turning 17 next month. So, because yes, today, it's now December, yes. So, yeah, next month. And I'm realistic. I'm not expecting to lose 20 kilos by her birthday. Like, I get it. But I just want to feel just a little bit hotter, shall we say, because I'm going to be meeting a lot of her friends that I haven't met before, and just I feel very self-conscious, and as rightly or wrongly, this is how I feel, is that I feel like I am a bit of an embarrassment to Simon sometimes. I know what a lot of you are going to say. You'll be like, what are you talking about? But it's like, it's just the way my brain is telling me, and I know it's wrong, and I know he's not embarrassed by me, but that's just kind of how I feel. So I feel like I want to be fitter. I want to have some muscles, and I just want to feel healthy and strong, and it's not about a number on the scale. That is why I am fasting. If you do have any interest in that and you want to know the science, I would absolutely recommend the Life in the Fasting Lane book. I will try and remember to chuck a link down in the description to that. Plus, Jason Fung also has another book called The Obesity Code, which goes a lot more in depth with the science. I would absolutely recommend both of those books. I'll put an Amazon link because that's the easiest thing. I'd prefer you didn't buy the books from Amazon, so I will put that out there, but it's the easiest way for me to link it. It is not an affiliate link, and perhaps purchase those books if you're interested from a local bookstore or, you know, secondhand. Try not to get them from Amazon if you can. Jeff Bezos does not need more of our money. So yeah, that's probably all I really want to say about that.